today. Had a YouTube version of the 3x3 Global Drills worksheet, color-coded, so that it will be easier for you to view on whatever device you're using to watch these videos. And I'll be able to type in the squares, so it should be easier reading. And I'll keep this introduction short because I want to have some extensive explanation of what I'm recording on that 3x3 Global Drills worksheet, the color-coded version. And we're going to solve two problems in that problem set at once.
The two problems that we'll solve are 7 and 8 together. And remember that these problems or global threats have a corresponding space-based response. So what you're going to see on this this color-coded 3x3 Global Drills worksheet are some content that pertains both to scarcity-based economic paradigm on Earth, with the corresponding space response of space-based solar power as a symbol of abundance. Remember, I had like 4 videos on abundance-based economics you can refer to. And number 8, auto-nuclear annihilation of humans on Earth, with the corresponding collaborative space-based response of transforming militaries through co-exploration of space. And if you remember my one video a few weeks back on North Korea, on the ongoing North Korean nuclear crisis, that totally pertains to that. So I'm picking these number 7 and 8 because I've made some videos about them recently. But you can mix and match, and I invite you to pause, this video to take a look and consider some of the 6 other global threats and corresponding space-based responses, and how you might mix and match 1 or 2 or all 8 or more of your choosing into the 3x3 Global Drills worksheet format. So now going ahead to I'm going to have a brief introduction of this color-coded worksheet, which you see for you now. And before I go into the detail of especially the stuff on the left, but mainly for the purpose of this video, the content in these boxes, I just want to show you a map of these 3 regions, the way I've drawn them out. And again, pause any of this text stuff that's kind of text heavy for you to. I'm not going to just read the text. You can pause it to read it. It's more my audio here is more to expound upon the concepts of the text that is there in label form. And so, just to take a look at this this map that I have, and I could have found a cleaner, sharper version, but something about the texture of a real map on a wall with the tape marks and the lights on it, just keeps it a little bit analog, so we don't get too digital here. Okay, so I'm trying to contrast analog with the digital a little bit, and just to show that we can. Just like after World War I, or after in the Congress of Vienna in 1815, after the Napoleonic Wars, we too can redraw the world, in order to prevent war, not as a spoils of war. So maybe that's kind of a romantic concept. I'm not sure. So again, if you go back to the headers on my worksheet, they correspond to these lines. So you have the world, and I've mentioned this before in other videos, but the world arranged in a north-south orientation with simple divisions, so that we can have 3 representatives in a in-person format, so it's easier to plan. corresponding with three broad disciplinary categories, which you'll see in the worksheet. So again, this is the Americas, which I'm broadcasting or uploading from, Africa, Europe, and Asia Pacific. And these lines can be drawn any way you want to. I even mentioned before, horizontal or east-west oriented. But I prefer the north-south because we are still in the post-colonial period in many ways, dealing with those challenges. And so, like in the case of Israel, I'll just preview the content on that. Israel can identify with the rest of the Arab Peninsula, which is part of the wider Asia Pacific, which is integrated with Africa, Europe, and the Americas. So just like a zone defense in American football, or really any sport, there's areas of responsibility. So this is totally a visualization of the global team concept. So now back to the worksheet format. The top headers are explained a little bit with that visual. On the left, that not going to go through all that. Pause it, read through that, but think of that left disciplinary subcategories as a menu, or or when you're painting a palette, for a painter's palette. Items from which to draw or to check off if they apply or not. That's a key concept, and I constantly reiterate that. That this is a checklist, not that everything has to be considered. It's just it's meant to answer the question: what are we forgetting? Because I think that in any kind of certainly national policy, we get what's called stovepiped, or in this narrow specialist type of thinking, and we forget what matters to the rest of the world, but also other disciplines, aspects of the problems. And this whole worksheet format is an attempt to be comprehensive, but also simple, but not simplistic. Okay, so now specifically this content in the boxes, again, you can pause and read it for yourself, but it's meant to just solve those the problems from number 7 and 8, okay, which are, again, just to show you, scarcity-based economic paradigm on Earth, solved by space-based solar power as a symbol of abundance, or abundance-based economics, and number 8, auto-nuclear annihilation of humans on Earth, corresponding with the global response of transforming militaries through co-exploration of space, initially the solar system. But I'll drop some interesting links on a group of people that are thinking even beyond that at this current moment. So this is not a radical idea. I mean, it's forward thinking, but it's not totally fanciful. All right. So my proposed solution that I'm able to arrive at using this global worksheet, and you can arrive, and other teams can arrive at other solutions, is to take our the different alphabet soup national space agencies that we have across those 3 regions. All right, and to take the middle latitudes of planet Earth, which is actually aids in current chemical propulsion. So something called the rocket equation, which is basically that it's very hard to achieve escape velocity, because how much fuel does it take can the rocket carry to be able to push the rocket out of our gravity well? That's basically the rocket equation in layman's terms. Basically, becoming a solar system civilization in 100 years, just to recap, working together as space agencies and new space agencies. For example, Mexico is developing a space agency. Luxembourg is doing some interesting things with the private sector. So we're getting there. slowly, but we have to accelerate. We've got to go faster because we've lost so much time in the post Cold War period. I mentioned the post colonial, but the post Cold War period. I mean, I came out of high school in 1991. I'm 44, and I just like my generation. I feel has been squandered, sacrificed, lost. So I don't want to see that happen to generations coming behind me. Doing that, becoming a solar system civilization by 2117, thereabouts, should be able to prevent number 8, autonuclear annihilation of humans on Earth. We need to at least give future generations that are not yet living a chance to grow up in a solar system civilization so that they can become basically a galactic civilization and maybe multidimensional, who knows. So that's basically the game plan. Another analog might be if this is American football season, so sometimes you see these coaches on the sidelines with color-coded charts of what they do in different situations, but it's not a central planning model. Again, it's something that's designed to be diverted from or interpreted as the game goes forward. So you have a plan and then you adapt the plan, but you have to start with a plan. So that's what this is attempting to do, and look forward to your feedback, and also look forward to more videos based on this color-coded version of the 3x3 Global Drills worksheet. See you later. Bye-bye.